Hi, my name is Gina Abascal. I'm a junior at UF Online and I'm majoring in computer science and currently living in Gainesville, Florida. I plan on working as a software engineer after graduation, and my hobbies include baking and hiking.
What's up? I'm Jonathan Phillips. I just started my fourth year in undergrad majoring in computer science at the University of Florida. Born and raised here in Jacksonville, Florida. Love programming, working with others, and one of my favorite hobbies is gaming.
I'm Tyler Westcott. I'm a postbac at UF Online, majoring in computer science. And I'm using the high-level courses to qualify for more competitive graduate programs. I'm based in San Diego, and my hobbies include travel and hiking.
Hi, my name is Rohan Singh. I'm doing a postbac at UF Online, also with a major in computer science. Currently working in finance, but I'm interested in making a switch to computer science after graduation. I'm based in Jacksonville, Florida, but my hometown is Washington, D.C., and hobbies include tennis and running.
All right, so starting off with the general project update, we have set up some Python code used with the Flask microweb framework to get our website to start. We have updated our repository on GitHub to include different folders to store appropriate files. For example, we have additional Python files named views.py and models.py stored in a website folder necessary for website functionality. We also have some HTML files stored in a templates folder for the user interface, such as displaying a sign up button. Further on, we have some initial functionalities working within our current prototype, such as the sign up and login features, along with the creation of a database for user login information. And then here are a few software tests that will be done throughout project development. The first one I'd like to quickly go over is testing how user data is stored with each respective user account. When a user logs in with their username and password, once finishing the survey, we'll test whether or not user profiles will have their career match being displayed next to their usernames. The career type matched with the user will also be stored in the website's database for startup founders to search and view. And next, we will be testing the progress display for the users when completing their surveys. We'll conduct tests to see whether the progress tracker updates properly after answering one question after another, which should end up showing the correct amount of questions remaining to be answered. And we'll also test the points distribution of the survey. We'll do so by analyzing how many points are added regarding the user responses for each question, which should in turn accumulate an overall sum of points and give the user a correct career type match after survey completion. And our group will also test the searching system through survey completion. Once a user finishes answering the survey entirely, they should then have the functionality of searching startup founders to view or connect with, and their emails will also be stored in the database for startup founders to have the opportunity to connect with interested students and job seekers.
For our technical progress, we created the database to store the user's information. When the website creates a new user when the user signs up with an email that doesn't already exist in the database, and a password, and the password and confirmation of password that the user enters match each other. The website retrieves user information when logged in with a valid email and password in the database. We also implemented a rudimentary UI to test the login and sign up functionality. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration what we have. So this is the home page, just the rudimentary UI for it. So if you want to sign up a user, it asks for the first and last name, an email, okay, then it asks for a password. So for the first one, I'm gonna do password, and the second one, password 1. And then second. Okay, so it says the passwords do not match. So if I do the same password, so because I already had that email address signed up, it says that the user with that email already exists. So if I go back to the home page, log in, sign in with the password, or let me do the wrong password first. I'm just going to type random letters. invalid password. And then if I sign in with the right password, it says the name and that the login was successful. Okay.
Sprint 1 lasted from March 20th and concluded today, April 2nd. We completed all of our planned tasks. Our accomplishments include creating our software tests, creating the initial front page, creating the design plan and the model for the UI, and creating, this is actually a duplicate, so I apologize for that, but this is the same as the second bullet point, creating the initial front page. We also designed this presentation. Additionally, we had already begun work on several tasks, which were assigned to Sprint 2, which will be explained in the next couple of slides. Shown here is our Kanban board. It's a pretty basic setup. We just have 3 columns: to do, in progress, and done. Completed tasks from Sprint 1 are not shown in our Kanban board because when you're using the default format in Jira, it actually just kind of removes everything that was completed from Sprint 1. But as tasks are completed in Sprint 2, they will be eventually moved to that column. We commenced Sprint 2 today, and we had already begun work on creating and designing the data structures and adding the search functionality to the UI. For our Sprint 2 backlog, we plan for Sprint 2 to last until Friday, April 12th. We plan to initially focus on creating the data structures, which are currently in progress, as I mentioned before. For the remainder of the sprint, our tasks will ensure that our UI is fully functional with all of its necessary features. And all of the tasks that we included in our backlog were originally planned for Sprint 2, with the exception of one task, Scrum 23, which is to create password hashing.
Thanks. And then for issues and next steps, we've kept our Sprint 3 largely the same as those are some of the back-end tasks that we have to do. But some of those tasks include design data structures, create the data structures, develop search functionality, and develop the career path tag functionality. So those are items that we still have remaining. The last sprint will focus on UI design heavily. We also want to edit the survey questions to make sure that they're accurate and giving out good survey questions. So we're going to test the survey a few times and make sure the algorithm that's matching the points sort of is adding up and makes sense to what we expect it to do. And then we can tweak that to be a little more accurate in the final stages of the process. And this is some of the final items that we have to do in Sprint 3, which include testing and validating all the features, setting up hosting, deploying the software, and submitting the final presentation and the project submission. These final items will include acceptance testing and bug smashing, and we'll also do a thorough review of all of our tests to make sure that they are all working properly.